That's right. What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? How y'all doing tonight, man? Man. Who watched the game? Or who watched the ass whooping? Belt to ass. It was good. Hey, hold on. I gotta go over the game first, and then I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna go over some details, then I'm gonna drop the link. All right, so what's up, Cheyenne? Uh He said, Rap God says, I'm concerned about the NBA Finals ratings going to tank once Indiana finishes off New York. Uh, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I just want to see good basketball again, man. I think Indiana's playing great basketball right now. So, you know, may the best man win. May the best team win. That's what I think, man. They deserve to be there, in my opinion. The boys been playing lights out, right? We're watching the return of teams, right? Good old fashioned basketball, team basketball. And if the casual fans don't enjoy it, then they could go watch golf, right? This is basketball. You know what I'm saying? It may not get the ratings that that the more flashier teams get, but it's gonna be some good ass basketball. I'm gonna tell you that. It's gonna be defense being played at a high level. It's gonna be the high level offense being played. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get into this game. I'm gonna bring you up, Cheyenne. Just give me a second. Let me go through some shit with this game. So as you guys know, it was an ass whooping. I expected it to be an ass whooping, but I didn't expect the game to be over pretty much by the second quarter. Let's take a look at a few things though, man. Let's take a look at a few things. Let's see what we got here. No, I don't want to do them first. I want to do that right there, right? So the Wolves come in. I think they had a 3-point lead, and then it was a wrap after that. In the first quarter, the Wolves came in. Julius Randle 8 for 14, right? 24 points. Jada McDaniels was terrible. 2 of 13, 5 points, right? That's not going to cut it. Rudy Gobert, right? The 5 rebounds, 2 points. That's not going to cut it. 19 minutes. I mean, the game was over pretty quickly, but Mike Conley, donut. You know what I'm saying? 0 for 1. You know what I'm saying? From 3 and 0 from 3, 0 out of 3 attempts from the 2-point, right? Anthony Edwards had a better game tonight, but not by much, right? He made it his mission to shoot more twos. As you can see, he's 1 for 7 from the 3-point line. Yes, but no. I mean, this game, I think he tried to do something differently. But this game right here, man, the Thunder clamped up, right? The Thunder cut their water off early. 11 points from Nas Reed. Nas Reed showed up 5 out of 6, right? 24 minutes, productive. DiVincenzo cooled down 6 points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now, this is a big one. Remember, The last game, we got a big performance out of Nikhil, right? He was going back and forth with Shea. It was an epic battle. Uh, a donut. You know what I'm saying? Dunkin' Donuts. 0 from 8, bro. 0 for 4 from the three. He just couldn't find the basket. Um, let's see. Terrence Shannon Jr. 11 points off the bench. 3 of 8 though. Not a good percentage. 1 for 3 for the field. And as you know, Rob Dillingham, 7 points. Really nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Garbage time. So let's look at the Thunder real quick, right? From OKC, I want you guys to take a look at OKC on the right side. Points. 22 from Chet, 19 from Jalen Williams, 8 from Hartenstein, 34. Well, Shea pretty much had duplicated his last performance. Even though it's not a 40 piece, he damn near got there, right? The 8 assists, 7 rebounds. The MVP is in the house, right? Lou Dort, 12 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 4 of 10 from the three, 4 of 11 from the field, right? Look at, look at the assists. Look at the assists. Look at the rebounds. Everybody's rebounding. Look at this. 7 rebounds from Chet. 8 rebounds from Jalen Williams. And this is a forward, right? 5 rebounds from Hartenstein. And 7 from SGA. Right? I wanted you guys to see something else. Of course, Caruso, even though he had only 8 points, Caruso was a man amongst boys. He had 4 steals tonight. He was all over the place. Don't let the stat sheet fool you. Caruso is a very impactful player, right? Didn't shoot well from the field, but he was all over the place, right? Let's see what we got here. So here, let's highlight this, right? The assists, 26-16. So the Thunder are playing Thunder basketball. That's how you know they're playing Thunder basketball, when they have 26 assists. They're moving the ball. Everyone's involved. Everyone's getting a piece of that ass, right? Look at the steals. 14 for the Thunder. So this is how they win games. Their defense swarms you. They force steals and turnovers. 7 steals for the Timberwolves. So the Timberwolves tried to play some defense. Ultimately, they got shellacked, right? Well, the blocks 8-6, right? Both teams were playing solid defense, whatever. Turnovers 21-16. Fast break points. Remember, the last game, the fast break points favored the Timberwolves. This game, the Thunder took advantage of those fast break points to 19, right? Points in the paint, that's going to do it. 54 points in the paint by the Thunder and 42 by the Timberwolves. That's not going to do it for the Timberwolves. Look at the field goal percentage, right? Check this out. 41.2%. So the Thunder couldn't shoot worth shit, right? This game, they really didn't have it going. They looked defeated. You could see it on their face. They just looked like they were ready for vacation. They did not believe. They did not come out into this game believing that they could beat the Thunder. I think it was too much of a hill for them to climb, right? Man, we got 14 for 35 from the field and to 12-34 from the free throw. From the 3-point line, right? Not that much of a difference. The Thunder, shot slightly better, but not significantly better. The difference is, right? The difference is the 2-pointers. The Thunder get great shots. They move the ball, the assists, and they get great shots, right? And they clamp up, which is the most important part. The fouls, there were no, since they call Shea a free throw merchant, everybody was getting the same amount of fouls. But check this out, you guys. Check this out. Look at the plus minus. Look at this shit. Look at the plus minus for the starters. Everybody's positive, bro. Lou Dort plus 24. Shea Gilgris Alexander plus 23. Hartstein plus 11. Jalen Williams plus 25. Chet Holmgren plus 21. This is a 68 win basketball team. This is what a 68 win basketball team looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case we forgot how good these guys are. This is why they won 68 games. They showed it tonight. And so I think they're the best team in the NBA, and I think this is the team that's going to be your champions this year. Right? So I'm going to Jalen played well. Yeah. Jalen balling. See, when Jalen Williams give you about 20 points per game, it's over. You get that combined with Shea, it's over. The Wolves starters got clamped, bro. He said F Adam Silver in his ratings. He's so really ratings are down to his lips. Yeah, but I don't want to get into that. But let's see. I'm almost done, Cheyenne. I got one more thing to go over, and then I'm gonna bring you up, and then we're gonna talk about it. So it was an ass whooping, 124 to 94. It was a black belt was being taken out on that ass. But I also want to do something real quick. I want to show you guys something. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can find it. So, do you guys in the chat remember when I was talking about players being soft? You guys remember that when I said players were being soft? Who remembers that in the chat when I said players are being soft? Some of today's players are soft. Who remembers me saying that? Well, if you remember me saying some of these players are soft, I'm about to show you why right now.
Man, what would you say to somebody who said you're shooting too many threes?
F them.
Okay. Just in case you guys didn't hear that, I'm gonna play this one more time.
Man, what would you say to somebody who said you're shooting too many threes?
F them.
All right. So why did I say that these players today, some of them, not all of them, are soft? Why did I say that? Was I talking about their physical appearance? Was I talking about them not being tough and not being willing to fight? See, I didn't mention any of that. The reason why I call some of these guys soft is because of that right there. Let me play it again for you.
Man, what would you say to somebody who said you're shooting too many threes?
F them.
Okay, so anybody who criticized this guy for taking too many threes, it's fuck him. Right? That's what he said, not me, right? So the reason why sometimes we get on these guys is because they don't like to take criticism, even when it's constructive. That's not nobody going in on them or talking bad about them. That's constructive criticism, right? Now I'm gonna show you something.
If you guard him, you want him shooting threes, because if he's going to the basket, he's dunking on people, he's getting you in foul trouble, he's getting you in the penalty sooner.
Okay, so that's Charles Barkley. That's a top 50 player, ladies and gentlemen, giving his input, a basketball analysis on Ant's game. Not a personal shot, not a cheap shot. You know, he's not degrading him or saying he can't be good and he'll never be great and all that stuff, right? He's talking about his game. Let's play it again.
If you guard him, you want him shooting threes, because if he's going to the basket, he's dunking on people, he's getting you in foul trouble, he's getting you in the penalty sooner.
Okay, so what does that mean, right? Dunking on people, getting people in foul trouble, right? Because that all helps the team, right? When you're in attack mode, that helps the team. It helps the team because, one, you're getting your points, you're getting easier baskets. Number two, when you shoot a lot of three-pointers, like a lot of people don't understand. Give me a second, JB. Give me a second, JB. I'm gonna bring you and Cheyenne up in a second. But when you shoot a lot of 3-pointers like that, bro, Rudy Gobert can't get to those rebounds. So it plays in the Thunder's hands. Even if you play big, it plays in the other team's, the opposing team's hands when you shoot a long three. It's going to be hard for him to get those rebounds. So you got to think the Thunder, when you miss, they're off to the races, right? So a lot of times you go cold and you have to grind, like you're bailing the defense out, basically. You're not getting guys in foul trouble. You know, guys aren't really fearing you the way they should be fearing you. With a guy of Ant-Man's athleticism, guys should be fearing him. People should be afraid to guard this man. And look, I'm not saying Ant can't never get there. I'm not saying that Ant can never be great, but his next challenge is one, master the mid-range. Two, learn how to beat double teams. And I'm gonna show you why with this next clip.
Especially for me, man, it was super in the gaps. I made the right play all night, so I don't really look at it like I struggled. I didn't get enough shots to say I struggled, so that might be how you guys look at it. But yeah, I didn't struggle at all. It just I made the right play.
Okay, so another thing is making the right play. What's the right play? The right play is situational, right? Don't you understand when a team zones up against you and they zone up a stack on your side, they want you to get rid of the ball because of who you are. So they take you out the series. If you're not still, if you're just saying, hey, I'm double teamed, so I'm gonna pass it, you're playing right into the defense's hands. You don't have to pass it every single time you're double teamed. You know what I'm saying? You have to be aggressive. That is the tone you have to set. Figuring out how sometimes, hey, I need to beat this double team. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to pass it to somebody who's less effective than you. That's how they take you out the game. So he has to find that balance. And I'm not going to kill him. I'm not going to kill Ant because Ant was facing a very good Thunder team, 68-win team. We got to remember this is a 68-win basketball team. So I'm not going to shit on Ant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to really get on him like that because he had a great playoff so far. Well, he was off and on with his shooting, but I felt like last game his floor game was good. He just was trying to figure out how to take over, right? But this last clip I'm gonna play before I bring you guys up, I agree 100% with what Charles is saying. Check this out.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win the championship, and anybody want to bet me any amount of money, come to my damn house because I can afford it. OKC is the best team in the NBA. I've been telling y'all that for 2 months. Hey, ESPN, I love you guys. Don't try to make Anthony Edwards the face of the NBA. The face of the NBA is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Joker, and Giannis. You can't give it to people. They have to take it. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is taking it.
Y'all heard that, right? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is taking it. The best quote. That is the best quote, y'all. He's taking it. We want other guys to have it, right? But this man is taking it. He's earning it. He's worked on his game, right? He came back better. He scores. He plays defense. He passes. He rebounds. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. I dropped the link, Cheyenne. What's good, JB?
What's up, KB?
So what do you think about everything that I played? Did you hear what I played?
Oh, I saw it, man. Everything you said was, everything that they said was right on the money, man. I really don't have no qualms about this playoffs. I really don't. I think, like you said, kudos to OKC, man. Just 4 years ago, it was like winning 20 games, 22 games, 24 games, and they stuck with it. And this what it's about, man. And remember, just 5 years ago, 4 years ago, when you would come across comments by basketball fans in general, or just by the media. You know, they devalue the importance of young talent and drafted talent. Well, their talk
Hmm.
is going to cease. And what I love about what's going on is they not going to be able to paint no narratives, because these teams like OKC, Minnesota had a very good year, man. You know, there's some things they're gonna have to improve on, but uh, it's being determined on the court, not what they want it to be or what they think it should be. Is being determined on the court, and that's what I like about these playoffs. So I have no issues at all.
Yeah, I listen. I look at Ant, right. He has a lot of potential, right. He's only 23 years old, so he's got the way he's got to look at this whole thing is like, look, I'm 23.
Yep.
I've got about another decade.
And it seems
To,
like he been in the league longer than this. It seems like I guess he just kind of snuck up in the league on us, man. It seems like he more like 26, but he only, like you said, he only 23, and he's
yeah,
been
and,
to the
and
conference finals twice. So, uh,
that's good progress, right? But
uh,
see, he has to change his mentality, right? From the clips that I played, instead of accepting the criticism because it was fair criticism, he says, "Fuck the people who's criticizing them." And see, that's when DFJ came up here, right? And I called some of these players soft. This is what I mean. Not the fact that they can't fight or they not tough. I call them soft because of their mindset. They can't
yeah,
take criticism. So Ant's next move, his next thing should be a self-reflection. How can I become a better leader? How can I become better at handling double teams? How can I be better at accepting criticism? Because everything that Charles Barkley said was to help Ant.
yeah,
It was to help him. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
So when you have a top 50 player, because Ant's not top 50 yet, when you have a top 50 player all time sitting there and let you know, hey, look, these dudes are scared of you. You have the athleticism, the gift of athleticism from God, and you're not using it.
yeah.
You're not using it.
Now, but see, what Minnesota messed up is when they lost that game 4 the other night. If they'd have tied this series, then maybe they could have did something. But once they lost that game 4, yeah, that's pretty much it right there.
They look defeated.
They blew their opportunity in like game one when they was up by like 10 points. Cause I felt that game Minnesota should have been up by like 20 points without those turnovers. Like if they didn't turn the ball over, that would have been like a 20 point lead.
Yeah, but listen, this is a 68 win team, man.
No, I get it, but I'm saying like no no
Like,
no no I get it. But I'm saying like I was like watching the Warriors series against the Wolves. I'm like how the hell is the Warriors still hanging on them even with Steph out? And I'm like, okay, OKC is just gonna beat these guys. Cause the Minnesota, like, they just like the thing with them is they don't know when to like take their opponent's hearts away from them when they had a lead. Like they just don't know how to capitalize off that.
but when's the last time they had a lead?
Like
When's
game
the last time they had a significant lead?
game three.
Man, yeah, I mean, when you look at it, bro, like it's OKC, man. They go deep. These brothers are deep, man. They deep, bro. It's like even Julius had trouble. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I knew Julius was gonna have it trouble against OKC's like interior because it's like if they could limit Joker, then I knew they was gonna like limit Julius Randle too.
But see,
And
they didn't have
no,
no they had no one to pass the ball inside to. 'Cause I was hoping Gobert would at least get 10 points a game, but he did nothing. So basically, shit, they just double triple team Randall. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
But for the most part, Randall had a good postseason, man. I'm happy. for what he did and helping them get to the conference finals. But they're gonna have to tweak some things there. But OKC, yeah, they didn't even really celebrate the victory tonight.
No,
Like,
they just want to win. They're waiting
They
for the
came in to handle business.
they sure did. So they finna be around a long time, man. Long
I
time.
I didn't even know today was the day of Game 6 Clay.
You said what?
Today's the day where Game 6 Clay was born 9 years ago.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know OKC is playing today in their home, so it's like, oh, I didn't see that.
How about game? Well, this game 5, ain't it?
Yeah, this is Game 5. This is not Game 6, but I'm seeing the day they
Game
play.
5, Shay.
Yeah, Game 5 shit. Game 5.
But look, Ant-Man, he's progressing. I'm not gonna kill him because this is the 68 win team. And they rolling over everybody, bro. They rolling over
Yeah,
everybody.
that Denver. I think that Denver series really got them going through that series there, and coming back from that deficit to tie the series at 2 apiece, and you win Game 5, and then you basically run away with it in Game 7. That's a series that a young team, man. When you win something like that, then you probably ready to do what you need to do at that point.
Like OKC became a different team once they won Game 4. Like because before that, I was like questioning, it's like, are they gonna take it or are they just gonna fall flat, like what everyone says? So once after I saw that Game 4 against Denver, I'm like, okay, OKC is going to the finals. Like I like my Warriors, but we're not beating them at all. Like we're losing 6 games. Like I just don't. I don't think we have enough to like catch up to their role players.
Man, the way these guys are playing, bro,
Nah, then we're
they,
not beating them.
they about to roll through everybody, bro.
Like we're losing in 6 games at best. Like we go home in 6 games. I don't see us winning that series.
Yeah, man. I look at Minnesota is progressing. You can see that this team just needs to add a little bit more scoring to it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean that's one thing, but it's more to me for Minnesota.
They probably need a point guard too. So
Yeah.
Ant-Man, they got to be bringing the ball down the court, and he can,
So they
get
got Dillingham. They ain't been using them.
They
Yeah,
need
they
to start.
probably need it.
They need
That's
to
right.
use
They drafted him this year, yeah. So he'll probably start getting more minutes, moving forward.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because
Wait, how old is Ant-Man?
he's 23.
Okay, if I'm Minnesota, I'm playing my young guys next year. Like, it's no rush to like take your time, build your team around, and then go back for another shot.
Yeah, I mean, given the situation and the circumstances, because remember earlier on this year, Julius wasn't even happy to be there.
Oh yeah,
Julius and Gobert
Yeah.
and them were fighting and all that. I thought this team was over with then, but they
oh yeah. That's
managed to keep it together. They got stronger. Their bond got stronger. You know what I'm saying? And they turned it around, man. They made a run at it. So they on their way. They just need to add a little bit more pieces if they want to contend with OKC because OKC has dogs, man. They have about 10 dogs, maybe 11 on their team, man. I mean, the addition of Caruso, it's like,
the Caruso and the Harkenstein deal
That's
put them.
probably why they beat Denver, because having Caruso in that Game 7.
yeah. I mean, talk about a big time role player, man. Big time,
Huh?
big time. And so, but what do you think about uh Barkley's stance on the face of the league? Because I agree with Barkley that ESPN wants it to be Ant-Man, but right now it should be Shea until Ant-Man proves it.
I don't think Ant-Man even wants to be the face. He told the media, "I don't want to be the face." So I don't know why ESPN is pushing these
Well,
propaganda.
I think what it is, man, is like, well, number one, to me, well, in the past, the quote unquote face is the person who's winning. When you win, you well, quite naturally, you're gonna get more attention. So that's really what it should be based on. But I think a lot of it is they really getting upset about these international players getting these MVPs and leading their teams to these championships, where the international players are right now more sound than the American players, and I think they don't like that.
Do you think it also could be because of the marketing? Like Ant-Man is more marketable because he has a personality than Shea, than Jokic,
That's my
and
kind of my take.
they only care about money. You know what I'm saying? Like ESPN, all them, they only
But
care about.
it's not even about winning no more for like the ESPNs. It's like you know how it used to be like, okay, if you win, right, you'll be recognized as one of the best or maybe the face. And I said this, I'm like, I blame this on the NBA because it's like you dropped the ball on Steph like 10 years ago. Like when he was winning. And he was an American player. And
Yeah, I
his game
mean,
is exciting to watch.
Uh,
Like that
yeah,
was your best chance to capitalize. And also no one knew the Warriors was gonna like bringing revenue for the league.
yeah,
Like we were a small market team before then, and with all this revenue, we boost our way as a billionaire industry.
yeah. But when you look, like, look at if you look at this year, what Shea's doing,
Hmm.
like he's dominating,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
individually, and as a team, he's dominating the
I
court.
think Shea's been doing this the last 2 seasons too. It's just this year he's finally getting his full recognition since his team's in the finals.
I don't think he's getting his full recognition
I mean, I
because
think once he wins it, I don't think they can ignore it no more. It's like they keep pushing this like the Lakers bullshit. I like my Warriors, but I feel like they trying to push my Warriors next, like due to maybe because they want to compare this LeBron and Steph thing, which is unnecessary at this point, because that thing is done a long time ago.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I say.
oh
The league, see a lot of these. See, I think what's going to happen is a lot of these talking heads. They're trying to push these narratives. They're going to be forced to have to really cover the game. They're not going to have the wherewithal to do that. So therefore, they'll fall to the background. Maybe we get some real people who really know the game, is willing to talk about the game as it is and what needs to be spoken of. Once we start getting them voices back, then, oh man, the NBA, man, it be on point where it needed to be.
yeah, I think overall having an Indiana and a
Oh,
Thunder
I want
final,
Indiana
it
to win,
it
please.
it might not have the rating, but it's great for basketball
It's great for
because you
basketball.
got.
I enjoy the 2021 finals where two small market teams play one another. Like,
Oh, that was an awesome finals. I
yeah, that
love
was
that finals right
awesome.
there.
Like, even though Milwaukee was down 0-2, like that finals was fun
Yep,
to watch.
that
Cause
was a
we
Like,
going
great
we
freaking finals.
cause look fellas, we gonna watch some good basketball. I'm talking about real basketball. You know what I'm saying? Dudes setting
Yep.
screens, right? Dudes, get double teamed, scoring through. You know what I'm saying? Making the right plays, making the right passes. Uh, Guys is playing hard, diving on the floor, diving for loose balls. We don't get real basketball,
I'm praying
and,
for Indiana to win tomorrow. Like,
and
I just want to see the small market team's face. Like we just like it's good to see that and see what the NBA thinks about it.
But we gonna get a good dose of that for the foreseeable future. And like you said, now they may be misleading us about the ratings. Maybe the ratings could be better than what they're trying to suggest. But
Maybe it's a
even if
new.
that's not the case, initially you may have a setback, but it's gonna be for the good, to where you're gonna flesh out all these people who don't really want to see real competition. They'll be weeded out. And then the real basketball, well, the basketball fans who do love competition, they'll return back to the fold, and things will be
Hmm.
moving forward in a positive way. Like I said, it don't matter to me who wins, just as long as the teams are real and it's showing a lot of these teams that been led to take these shortcuts, the value of really developing your players, man. And we seeing it full fledged. There's no denying it. So
Yeah.
now you got to give kudos. Whoever win the title, like I said, Minnesota would have went to the finals. Hey, cool, but this the second year in a row they went to the conference finals. So they know that they're relatively close. They need to just make an improvement to probably their center position and just tweak the lineup there and to try to take that next step. But as far as OKC go, then you got Houston out there, number 2 seed. Dallas shocked the world with the number 4 pick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these win now teams, man, that ain't winning.
So the Knicks are
I
If
falling
don't
off.
know.
Dallas gets Kyrie back, if Dallas gets Kyrie back, anything like he was before, ooh
Now,
wee.
now, now, there's a rumor that they may be trying to get Lonzo. Now, if Lonzo can stay
Mm.
healthy, he'll be the perfect point guard for them because he ain't gonna take away from nobody's offense. He gonna get the ball to AD. He gonna get the ball to PJ Washington. He'll get the ball to Klay Thompson, whoever else.
And their
You know,
defense gonna be crazy
and
with
his defense
Lonzo.
gonna be on point.
Defense gonna be crazy.
Woo!
You're gonna have
It'd be
what's
a
the
cool
dude?
play.
What's
Because
the dude? What's
before
homeboy's
Lonzo
name from
got hurt,
college?
you talking about for Dallas? Oh,
Yeah.
you talking about the centers?
Nah, the dude who went number one.
Oh,
Oh,
flag.
Cooper Flag.
Cool, bro. That motherfucker, him and AD.
Oh,
Telling you, dog.
Then you add
Telling you.
Lonzo.
Yeah, Lonzo. And see the thing, before Lonzo got hurt in Chicago, he was the as far as his defensive ranking, he was the top defensive rated point guard in the NBA before he got hurt.
Hmm.
And then he's had to fight his way to get back. But if he can stay healthy and they trade for him, telling you, man. Shit.
Man, we
Woo.
used to watch Lonzo in LA, bro. This nigga played D.
Nah, he was D'ing up, man. And he won't turn the
Yeah.
ball over either.
for
Yeah, that's
Dallas,
wild.
for Dallas, like I don't know, man. It comes down to AD to me. Like, yeah, it comes down to his health right now. Like, because it's
Yeah.
like they put him at the 4 and he's still going out with the injury. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's like it's been AD's thing like his whole career. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, he just got what everybody's got a different body type, and his is he just injury prone. You know, yeah. But if he can stay healthy, because he was getting healthier with the Lakers up till the last couple of weeks or whatever.
Huh?
But um, he's relatively been healthy for the last 2 years, and so I mean, if he could duplicate that at least for another 2 years and hold up, they got something. But that'd be a crazy defensive team right there. They might be able to challenge the Thunder if they stay healthy.
Huh?
Do
Is
y'all
there,
what?
man?
You said what, Cheyenne?
No, you can go ahead, JB.
Oh, no, y'all got it.
Do y'all watch the Indiana game last night?
Yeah.
The That game was amazing.
Halliburton, man. That dude can play. No turnovers.
The 15 assists to 0 turnovers. I don't care which area you at. That is amazing.
That's a point guard right there.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a true point guard. So what you see with Indiana is that ball is moving. Everybody's happy, right? Everybody's involved. They're a true team. That's why I love
That's
Indiana
that Rick
versus
Carlisle. That's
OKC.
that Rick Carlisle effect.
They are a true basketball team,
It's not
bro.
just
And
that. I like the Knicks, but their problem is right. Like they can't keep up with Indiana at all.
you don't have to.
No, it's not even about keeping up or not. It's like even if they slow down their offense, Indiana's still getting whatever they want. I saw that in game 2. They tried to slow Indiana down like the first 3 quarters, and they're still getting buckets over the Knicks at East. It's like I don't think they have the defenders like OKC to like limit them.
Their pick and roll defense is ass.
That's what I'm
So
saying. It's like you can pick on Cat and Brunson.
yeah, salute straight to the point. Salute. Hey, y'all go subscribe to Straight to the Point Sports and Entertainment, man. He has a great channel, man. Salute, bro. Appreciate you coming through. But yeah, their defense, bro. Their pick and roll defense is horrible. They don't they listen, when you're going against a great scoring team like
Gonna use your
Indiana,
bench.
you've had multiple times to slow the game down. You had the lead. Why are you running up and down the court? Slow the game
Yeah.
down. Give it to Cat. When you gave it to Cat, Cat was cooking.
They was
You
they
go
was
away
cutting to the lead. They was controlling the game.
exactly. Then inexplicably, see, I think some of the problem is that Brunson's a star, but he's not a superstar. So there was a
Yeah.
couple of times where Bridges was taking shots in the clutch. And you're like, why is Miles Bridges Mikal Bridges taking these clutch baskets? You got Cat and you got Brunson.
Yeah.
Why is he taking? That's how you know there's no superstar.
You know how I knew Indiana was gonna destroy the Knicks.
How?
You know the Boston series against the Knicks.
Yeah.
You down by 20 points, 2 games in a row.
hmm
That should tell you everything about this series right here. Like you can come back, and win games, but at some point, if you run into a team like Indiana, yeah, sure, they may have settled like numerous around amounts of threes during game 3, right?
Yeah.
But they're not gonna jack up like 50 or 60 threes to like give the opponent a chance to come back. You see
But
how they
that's why.
adjust? You see how they adjust in game 4?
Yeah, but you also got to give respect to Naismith too. That boy Naismith, bro, been squeezing triggers, bro.
Oh
And
yeah.
then and not only that, he locking Jalen Brunson down.
Yeah.
So he killing them on both sides of the ball.
I felt that when Naismith went down in game 3, like with the ankle, right? Dog, that offense, like I don't know, it felt shaky.
Man. Well, man.
Siakam
And
playing ball too.
Oh, Siakam, yeah, he might go back to the finals. Like I mean, they gotta finish the deal tomorrow.
I think Thibodeau's getting out coached.
Oh, of course he's getting out coached. You see, the thing is, right? When you up by how many points? 17 points, right?
hmm
With Brunson on the bench. If I were the Knicks, I'm not bringing Brunson back in the game. My job is to win the game. Like 2 minutes left, you up by 17. Brunson is on the bench. I'm not bringing him back. It's like remember the series where the Clippers play against the Rockets in like 2015
hmm
when the Rockets were about to like get blown off
Oh,
the.
they came back and beat them.
Yeah. James Harden was on the bench. Like
But
they just.
see, that's the problem though. You have your star. So this is my thing, right? As talented as Brunson is, you can't, having your star, your best player on the bench is crazy. Like when it matters the most, you're not in the game. That's crazy to me.
I mean, look, if you're not trying, like the thing when Brunson came back, right? He wasn't trying to win. Like if you're trying to win, you would have moved the ball around, set your guys up to get some good shots. Instead, he goes back into this like 101 ISO ball like crap. I'm like, you do know you're giving Indiana a chance to come back, right? Like this
Man,
Indiana, like even if Indiana face OKC, right? If I'm OKC, I'm not gonna sit up here and relax until the clock hits 00:00.
no, OKC ain't got no relaxing.
Yeah, they
They
been gonna.
matched again. Hey, the motherfuckers, they still not happy, man. They trying to run through everything, man. These
Yeah,
dudes are
they're
on the
like,
mission.
oh, they know they saw the Indiana series. I'm like, no, we can't sleep against these boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
ain't
see
playing
a lot of
around.
people saying they'll destroy Indiana. I think it's gonna be a 6-game series, but OKC wins it if they face one another.
Yeah, Halliburton tough, man. That motherfucker playing basketball the way you're supposed to play it.
And, and then Stephen A. talking about he ain't no playing like no superstar. I said,
He's
well,
a
I
superstar.
tell you what, I tell you, but what do you call it then? Because that's what it's looking like to me.
Playing but see, that's the thing, like playing like he ain't playing. How can he make that statement after that game, that brilliant performance he had?
I think he said that was like I think that was last week. I think when they
Oh,
went up
okay, okay.
2-0, because remember he hit that shot that was overtime. And see, when the Knicks lost game one, that set the whole tone right there.
No, I knew that
Hmm.
once the Knicks blown that lead in game one, I knew it was done. Like their body language, they like. Have you seen their post-game conference? Like Cat and Brunson, you know how normally players will have their head up to believe
Yeah,
like they can come back
yeah.
or get better. No, these two guys, their head like went down like that.
Indiana's
Not,
tough, man.
it's not even funny to watch. It's like game two, game three, game two, game four. It's like their heads are down. It's like they're done. Like they're like mentally like destroyed.
But
Indiana's tougher than they look, man. Because I overlooked them, but then when I watched them, I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers play good
Oh,
basketball.
Indiana's been good. I'm saying, look, last year they had their run, and then everyone kept saying they beat all these injured teams. I'm like, no, Indiana actually can play. You know what their problem was last season?
Mm,
Their defense. They was terrible on defense last year,
hmm.
and they have struggled like closing games.
so I think too what's going on. What we're seeing is, over this past decade, the center position became devalued, and basically they reduced it to the big man being a rim protector or someone who catches lobs. Well,
Hmm.
now even a team like OKC with Chet Holmgren and Hardenstein, they kind of have a two-headed attack at their position if you want to play Holmgren at the five at times. And then Indiana, okay, you got Miles Turner, who can score like average of 13 points a game. Maybe that's solid. Even
Hmm.
Thomas Bryant, when he get the minutes, he can get you double figures. Well, when you a rim protector and you just, out there to be a deterrent on defense to catch lobs, that's kind of not going to get it done.
Yeah,
And I think that's what's going on too.
I think the
but
league is going back to the double bigs.
we'll see. This the thing that I observed is that they're actually letting them play defense now.
Oh,
Like before you couldn't touch nobody. Like now they're letting dudes play a little physical, let guys have an impact on defense. So all of these teams that probably weren't good defensive teams before, now they're allowed to get more physical and stuff. Now it's a different ball game than
yeah,
than the
yeah.
hands off approach. You know what
Like,
I'm
like,
saying?
I knew like the Warriors, the Thunder, the Rockets. I knew their defense was great. Like for like this season, like for most of this season. But there's some other that's how they got advantage
Yeah,
to win a series.
yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Like telling you, they the NBA had a hands off approach. It's like, damn, you can't touch nobody. So now, with all these teams being able to play physical, that there's gonna be some guys who thrive in that, like Lou Dort. Like look at his defense and how it increased. It got better. Like I think he made defensive first team
Yeah,
this season. I mean,
yeah,
look at
he
his
did.
defense. You know, he's allowed to bump guys a little bit, and you know the offensive player doesn't have all the advantages now. You know, now defenders are more impactful. But I think the NBA wanted more stats, like in that, um, you know, in that era, they wanted
Yep.
more stats.
You mean
Yep.
the 210s?
Yeah, the
I mean,
2010s
that is
was about
because of
number.
the. I think that's because of all this LeBron. It's all about pushing LeBron. That's why they want to make it about stats.
Yeah, it was a like everybody like Harden, everybody like all these dudes were putting up like monstrous numbers. Russell Westbrook, Harden, all these dudes putting up monstrous numbers, and you're just like, damn. And then you watch the game, you're like, can't nobody really touch nobody. Now you see OKC's, the Pacers, the even the Knicks to a certain degree. Um, you know, a bunch of these teams, the Timberwolves play good defense. You know, a bunch of these teams really clamping up. And
Yep.
that's what's going to make the big man more effective because the big man now can play defense. When you
Yep.
stop the big man and don't allow him to play defense, you're gonna have what you saw before.
That's a great point. You're right.
So they purposely, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, they purposely removed the big man,
Yep.
like purposely, just to get to in order to increase stats.
Yep. 3 second defensive rule.
And
Yep.
not just that, like LeBron was the face of the league in that 210s, right? And they're pushing for him to win. So it's like, okay, since LeBron can't get around these big players, right? Especially, remember what Bogut did to LeBron in that series? Like one of the
Yeah,
games, just swatting like every shot at the rim.
yeah,
That's why it's like after the finals, I feel like they kind of eliminated the last end of the your centers out of the league. So now
yeah,
it's like
because when you look at it, you're like, damn, then the centers couldn't even stay on the floor in that era.
because 2016 was the last year I felt like your centers, right? Maybe like 2017. I think that's about it. Like where y'all your own like legit centers. I'm not saying they're superstar centers, but I'm talking about like your role player centers that could stay on the floor for like the whole game.
Yeah, because the
But now
days like guys used to just run into guys and just get fouls. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like it still happens, but it's not as bad as before. What's good, big dog? But yeah, man, yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like I'm looking at the amount of somebody should do a statistic on the free throws in that era compared to the free throws. I mean, it's not going to be balanced
it's not like
because
the
it,
Lakers, the the free throw discrepancy.
he said can't, man. Can't, man. Hey, Carcino ignorant for that.
Oh, everyone on ESPN and all the other platforms are using that. It's like they probably watch
I think
Scarcino's
I
videos.
think I
Like,
think we threw Ant Man off too, man. When they compared him to '88 Jordan, when they did that, man,
ev-
it was almost like he got electrocuted or something.
no, no. No. I mean, like, I get it. Like, it's like after the when he destroyed the Suns last year,
And he played awesome. He played. Oh, that's the thing about it. They didn't even have to do that.
when he beat the Suns, right? And once they compared to 88 Jordan, his game fell off to me. Like for some reason, it's like he stopped attacking the basket like he used to.
It's like he got electrocuted.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to dunk no more and all that.
Yep. So something happened, man. You know, that's why I say, you know, they like I said, man, but they not gonna stop doing it, man. But you know, they don't want to. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like the NBA is basically screaming out, man. It's time to move on, dog. Y'all keep on bringing up a fake debate that don't even exist, that shouldn't exist, and they bogging the league down. You got a lot of great young players in this league.
And I felt they messed that up like 2018. Like you have Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons. Even though Ben Simmons is lazy right now, I'm talking about those young players from that draft class.
Mhm.
And then I think you got like De'Aaron Fox and those players from the era. They should have marketed those guys while Steph and LeBron were facing off in the finals.
Yep.
Like that was your best chance to like market the crop of young guys for the 220s.
Yeah, yeah. But when you look at when you look at Ant Man, for example, when ESPN and all these other sports commentators, when they compare a player to Mike or Kobe, they don't understand, and I don't know if they don't know basketball or they just liars, right? But they're not realizing, the casual fan is not realizing that there's a lot that goes into becoming what they were.
Yep.
We're talking about mentality. You can't just be a scorer. You have to have the mentality that they had.
Yep.
They'll kill you in the post. Ant-Man's not killing you in the post, right? They'll kill you in the post. They'll kill you in the mid range. They'll kill you from three. They'll kill you all around the court at the rim. They'll kill
Yep.
you all around the court, and it's more psychological warfare. The average fan don't understand what goes into Michael Jordan and Kobe. That they understood how to control the floor. They understood how to control all five pieces on the court with them, all the four pieces on the court with them. They understood that. They mastered the game. So when somebody's compared to Jordan and Kobe, it's ridiculous. It's just let this player grow and work on their skills and work on their fundamentals. Because when you look at Kobe and Jordan, they're the most fundamentally skilled players in NBA history.
Yep.
So not only do they score effectively, right? And I mean, I just think like once they start just mentioning guys like Devin Booker and all that, and then they say, well, he don't know how to handle double teams. Well, how the fuck is he Michael Jordan then?
Did they do that with, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did they do that with Tatum too with the Kobe Bryant comparison and all that? That that
Yeah,
BS
but
like it was like 2022. And then I'm like I knew from then on they started destroying Tatum.
yeah,
Because he fell
because
apart in the finals like.
most likely they're not gonna live up to that,
Of course they're
right?
not. It's like dog. I've been telling people it's like dog since '98, NBA has been going down because you keep trying to find your next Michael Jordan, and that's not how it goes.
Yep.
This is why you know why Steph Curry is my favorite player.
Wow.
You can't market him around Michael Jordan. He's his own creation. Like
I,
what other great players did they try to put them to compare with Michael Jordan? They tried that with Kobe. Like Kobe eventually became his own player. Then they did that with like Grant Hill and some other players. I'm like, you can't put this. You can't
well,
compare.
they didn't care about basketball. They cared about money.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they try to market these around the players, and that's not how you're gonna market it. Let the players play and see who's really the best ones. Then you market around that player.
Yep. That's the
But see, the
yeah.
thing is what ends up happening, and this is the reason why I'm not as hard as Ant-Man as a lot of people are. Even though I'm tough on him, because I'm tough
I
on
mean, I'm tough
everybody,
on
but
Ant-Man. I'm not going too hard on
I'm
Ant like I used to because I understand
I'm not
how
as
the
hard
media
as him
talks.
on him. I'm not as hard on him because I'm not grading him on a Michael Jordan scale. See, what they've done is they have people grading him on a Michael Jordan scale. and they put these unreasonable expectations on him. And I'm judging him based on what he can do and what he can't do. I'm not basing him on a Michael Jordan or Kobe scale. Once you start looking at him like for what he is, then you can properly judge him.
Like it's not
You
even
know what I'm
that they're
saying?
trying to. Like it's not like they're trying to make him into the next Jordan. You got like they're trying to market some players to the next Kobe. Or then right now they're doing what the next Curry. I'm like, dog. There
There
is
is no next Kobe. There
there is
is no
no
next
next.
Jordan.
There's no next Curry. Like I'm sorry. Like that's all one
That
of.
that generation of Michael Jordan and Kobe, that's over with. And see, the thing is, they grew up a certain way, right? That they became who they were because of how they grew up.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's a great point.
that's never coming back. You're not gonna. These are once in a lifetime players. Even though Kobe took a lot from Mike, Kobe had his own personality. He had his own things about him that made him unique, and so did Michael Jordan. So you can't make another Michael Jordan, can't make another Kobe. Like these are like Kobe's personality was super unique to the game of basketball, right? Like with a Steph Curry, you can't duplicate Steph Curry. Steph Curry
Nah,
was
not even
natural.
once. You. That's why That's why I'm saying you can't come like. That's why the media couldn't even like try to put the next Michael Jordan thing on him. It's like okay, because you see how they do with the next Michael Jordan thing. You gotta be athletic. You gotta jump high, right? And you gotta play like Michael Jordan. Like you see how the marketing process goes.
But
But
that's
with
easier
Steph,
said than done. Play like Michael
that's what
Jordan.
I'm saying. And with how Steph is, he's not the most athletic player. Well, he's the greatest shooter. I'll give you that. But it's like you can't. There's nothing that you can compare his game to a Michael Jordan or Kobe. You can't. He's his
But
own creature.
when they market these guys, they know that the fans been dumbed down, right? So
Yeah,
when people see Mike, they don't I don't think people really understand how great Michael Jordan was. I really don't think people, even Michael Jordan fans, and I say this about Kobe fans all the time. A lot of Kobe fans, when you hear them talk about Kobe, I don't think they understand how great he was. And it bothers me sometimes because he was on another level thinking the game. Like like him and Mike, they were strategists on the floor. You had to think when you went against them. They're manipulating defenses. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see that. They just see them shooting the ball. No, they're manipulating defenses. They know that you're about to rotate, and they know exactly where you're about to rotate. They know exactly how many minutes each player on the floor is about to play on the opposite team. They know the coaching strategies. They know the game plan. They watch film. They know your habits. They know how to control the floor because they know each and every player is emotional, like their emotions, bro. Like they know if you're having a bad night, like as far as like you got other things going on. And if you have a weakness, if you tell them, hey, I'm not, hey man, my foot hurts, nigga, they gonna step on your foot.
And
They-
remember how like Dylan Brooks does it? That's how they would do it.
yeah, but they understand emotions of every single player. So if they see a slight of weakness, they're taking advantage of it. So they understand substitution patterns, bro. Hey, if I know if I get this guy in early foul trouble, I know he's coming out at this minute mark. Like people don't understand, bro. Like they just compare anybody who's scoring 25 points to Jordan and Kobe. It's like
Like
the game
until
is much. Go ahead.
until LeBron until LeBron leaves, this whole like league is gonna be based on stats.
Mhm.
Man,
Maybe
there's
I
a
may be
mental,
wrong. Maybe I may be wrong because maybe right now they're trying to push this international like European stars into stat chasing. So I don't know what they're trying to do with that. But right now, all I can say is once LeBron leaves, we'll see how this league goes.
but even what Ant-Man said, he was talking about I made the right play.
No, but the thing is, right?
The, the, hold on, let me say this though.
Okay.
Even when Ant-Man said I made the right play, right? You know Kobe understood if we have the size advantage, I'm still gonna shoot this ball over the double team because I know my guys can get the rebound. The defense is gonna be out of position. I'm gonna shoot this shot because I'm staying aggressive. Meanwhile, I'm staying aggressive. My bigs are gonna get the rebound, and we're gonna have another opportunity to score. But the media, what they're gonna do is they're gonna criticize and say that's not the right play. No, that's absolutely the right play because you're using your advantage. But go ahead, my fault, my fault. I had to just get that out.
I mean, you see, there's no to me. There's no such thing as the right play because the right play is it comes in different moments. Like at one moment you gotta shoot, at another instance of the game you pass the ball. It's like I never look at the right play as the right play because any play could be the right play. But what's happening is when the guy don't make the shot, oh, they're gonna look back at you and say that's the wrong play. So it's like even though I don't like that response from Ant-Man, like I get his point, but I wouldn't say that in front of the media. Like I will keep that to myself and see where I could improve my game.
Yeah, but
Just
the problem with Ant is that like his floor game, his floor game was okay, right?
that's not the
So
problem. I'm saying my thing
no,
with
listen,
Ant-Man. I
no,
wouldn't
listen to what I'm
say that
saying.
in front of the media. Like I'm not
No,
gonna
listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying his floor game, the last game before this one, his floor game was actually a decent floor game. The only, I mean, he had a couple of turnovers, but the way his teammates were scoring, right? He was going with the flow of the game, right? His next journey is to learn how to take over earlier, or know the right times when to take over, turn on the switch. And so the right play sometimes is you saying, "Fuck that shit. I got to take over." You know what I
Oh,
mean?
oh, oh.
Instead of just letting your teammates, yeah, he's got it going. Yeah, your teammate has it going, but guess what? The other team wants that. The other team wants the other players to try and beat them. They don't want you to try and beat them. So they took you out and you didn't even realize it. Instead, you're sitting here saying, well, I made the right play. Yeah, they wanted you to pass the ball. That's the purpose of the double team.
because
So
OKC is looking at the Timberwolves like other than Ant-Man and Randall, right? We don't trust our Nasri to a degree. We're not gonna trust the other guys. We're just gonna let them see if they can beat us.
yeah.
Now my thing is though with the T-Wolves, right? Is I felt they should have never let go of Kyle Anderson. No, really, I'm serious. Like because he can defend at the forward position and he can pass the ball.
Where's
Like
he at
that,
now?
I don't know. I
Oh,
think he's in
you in Miami.
Toronto or something. He
Oh yeah,
first went to the
he in no
Warriors.
man's land.
Yeah, I'm like they should have signed him that like okay, like you got rid of Cat, right? Then I don't know why you got rid of Kyle Anderson. Like he was important against Denver last year.
It might have been money. Could have been a contract issue or something. You never know.
This is the
But it's,
one like this new CBA right now is like you know how the NFL with all these quarterbacks like if you want to
mm,
win, you have to win early before the cap hits.
yeah,
Like you know how the Russell Wilsons and all these young quarterbacks, like if you want to win the Super Bowl, you have to win it under the cheap contract.
Hmm.
before like the cap hits for the quarterbacks, because like once quarterbacks get paid, right? They don't like they don't like win Super Bowls like that. Plus, you have to fill up your needs for the rest of your team.
Yeah.
Like that's why I think the new CBA is. It's like, and that's why it's set up really well for OKC because it's like, okay, next season, Chet and J Dub is like their contracts is like it's like less than 20 million.
You know why? Because it's meant for you to get better through the draft.
That's
There you
what I'm
go.
saying. Yeah, that's why. That's the
There
thing.
you go.
They try to clamp down on these dudes just stacking together these big teams and making it and shift the competitive balance. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to, which I applaud them for doing. They're trying to reward teams for drafting the right people.
But you know what's my only problem with the new
And that's
CBA is
why I say, when it comes to our squad, we was ahead of the curve. It's just the fans didn't really realize it. Now they starting to see it, although they probably won't acknowledge it. But like I say, you got to
Yeah.
stay the course. You may as well. You may as well if you're gonna spend all that time and effort drafting player. You may as well stay the course. Then you make your key moves after the fact.
but you know what's my only problem with the new CBA? Like you know the drafted players, right?
Hmm.
Now it's harder to keep three guys on your team. Like I remember when the Warriors won their championships, right? Or even before that, right? Sure, Steph had that cheap contract, right? The 4 year deal, right? They paid Draymond, they paid Clay, and then they got Steph to the Supermax, right? Like the contract like match up well. Like the players were drafted, right? So they didn't penalize the drafted players under like once it goes beyond the luxury tax, right? But dog, like right now, if this new CBA was under the orders like happened like last 10 years, I don't think my Warriors would have kept Steph, Clay, and Draymond together. I mean, they
Mm,
could, but it's like it's gonna be hard because
they
it's
would
like,
have never offered Draymond that big contract. They probably would have offered him something less.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If like let's say OKC win this year, right? They better find a way to win next year because after that, I don't know what that new CBA how that CBA is gonna affect them.
And what
So
you
they
do
got
is
to
you
be
keep
drafted,
your
so
core.
they not gonna take no big drop.
Oh
They
yeah, they
set.
have their draft picks, right? Yeah.
Hmm. So the
Uh,
spoiling page says Minnesota has no guards, only one initiator outside of Conley. They didn't set up Ant on the elbow or off pins. And some of that is
that's
culture
what
too,
hurt.
spoiler
Yep.
page, is that he off the ball, there's nothing. There's
It's too
nothing
much.
for Ant off the ball.
It's too many one on one.
That
Like
that makes it easier for them to defend you. There's no off the ball, there's nothing for Ant off the ball. Nothing.
that's why I was watching that game one, like the last series. I'm like, no, we're not even scared of Ant Man. Our only job is to make sure their role players don't hit 3 point shots. Then we can win the game.
Hmm.
Our only mission, right? I didn't care if Ant Man gets 30. We'll live with that. We cannot get the Nas Reeds, the Jaden McDaniels, the Nickel Alexanders, like all those players hitting their shots. Because if once they do, they're really hard to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, you stop Ant Man. What you do is you got Ant Man and you got Randall. Well, you stop Randall, then that's it. They don't have what else? What other
Yeah.
consistent scorer do they have on their team? You know what I'm saying? So once you neutralize Randall, it's a wrap. And then
Yeah.
Ant Man is out there shooting a bunch of threes and not making them. It's like, bro, this is like taking candy from a baby.
Pretty much.
Because the Thunder weren't shooting lights out. They were not.
No,
The
they
difference
won.
was their defense.
It's not just the defense. They're like, we're not gonna settle with these uh long jumpers. We're just gonna like get to the paint, get to our mid range, and then we can go take care of the basketball.
Well,
That's how they literally beat Minnesota.
people have to ask this: is Shea a point guard? or a shooting guard?
It's hard
He's
to
a
tell.
he's a
To me,
point
it's
guard.
both.
He's a
To
point
me, it's
guard, right?
both.
So Shea is doing a great job because
Wait,
guess
so
what?
Is J Dub the shooting guard?
He's like shooting guard, small forward.
Okay, wait.
But
So Harkenstein, Chet. Now who's the three?
the three is
Because I know Shea's the one, right?
yeah, he's the one. He's playing one.
Wait, I need to
And
check.
Lou Dort sometimes runs that three.
Oh, okay. So J Dub is the two. Okay, I get it.
But sometimes they go with Kaysen. They go with a lot of guys that they got a lot of forwards. But when you look at Shea, the way he's cutting up the defense and getting into the teeth of the paint, he causes all sorts of havoc. So once they collapse, he's dishing that shit out. These guys are shooting wide open three. So if you look at SGA, he's getting about 8 assists, 7 to 8 assists. Meanwhile, dropping 40. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
so when you look at their point guard play, 26 assists to the Wolves 19, bro. That ball is moving in OKC. It's moving. And whenever you add Caruso in, he's moving the ball as well. He's getting the hockey assist. He's getting a lot of hockey assists. The hockey assist doesn't show up in the stat sheet.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? So like when you got a point guard who knows how to get others involved and he can take over and score, that's a rare combination. Because he's really a shooting guard, but he's playmaking like a point.
Yeah, fella.
I got a question. If last year's Timberwolves team, right, faced this year's Thunder team, how long do you think this series will go?
Last year, they would have got
Yeah,
swept.
the T-Wolves?
Yeah. It would've got swept.
Well, you say sweat?
Yeah. Brooms.
Is there a reason?
Big broom. The reason being because I think Randall brought a certain toughness to them that Cat didn't bring. And watching Randall's very physical. Matter of
Because
fact,
I felt, because I
that's how
felt
they
last
got past the Lakers. Physical, Randall, physical.
because I felt last year Minnesota, like, I think they were deeper last year than this year.
Yeah, but they don't have they ain't have that toughness that
Oh yeah,
Randall
the
brings.
toughness. You mean yeah, like Cat is good, but I don't think he was physical. Like
Bro, Randall was playing so well in the earlier rounds. He was playing so well. You know what I'm saying?
they didn't have a big
Mhm.
to get on him.
You said what?
They don't have a big to get on Randall, like to frustrate him. Like
They didn't have a matchup for him.
and like Draymond, like as much as a good defender as he is, right? And he's 35. There's no way he's gonna bully Randall this time at this age. If this was 10
Nah,
years ago,
they ain't no bullying Randall.
like if we no. If he were like 10 years ago, okay, I believe Draymond would try to frustrate him a bit. But this nah, can't not with this Draymond. This Draymond is already like lost too much step.
Yeah, Jalen Williams too. Yep. For the page, Cat would be more useful than Randall because he's bigger than Chet. Yeah, in this series against the Thunder, Cat, I don't know. He, I don't know. I don't know because they probably would have used him out there on defense on the defensive end.
Sporting page, I think you're right. That's why I say the Draymond from 10 years ago, like he used to shoot these threes, open threes, at 40% like 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, yeah, I I would believe Draymond could hold on to Randall. Like he could hold on to Randall. This Draymond, if he can't shoot, and Randall is like killing him killing him, right? Like
I don't know.
he
Randall
said,
always gave Draymond a hard time.
no, he gave him problems, but I'm saying like 10 years ago, I mean, Draymond would have more athletic. Like because he needs to jump higher, Draymond. But right now, like he can't. He lost a step or two. Like the defenders just like blowing through him already. Now I saw that in Game 3. It's like Randall
You
just
see,
took
I
a
always
step.
I always saw Randall as a offensive version of Draymond.
Yep, there it is. I believe the same thing because actually, JB, I thought the Lakers were gonna kind of use Randall like they were using Draymond.
Well, that's why when they brought Lou Walton in, he knew Golden State offense inside out, and he
Yep,
actually implemented a variation of their offense for the young core. That's why when they played face Golden State, they always gave him a tough time. They matched up with him. So because I remember the very first game with KD as a Warrior, the Lakers blew him out by 20 points.
and Randall was balling.
And Randall
Oh
was
yeah,
balling.
yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, was it
Yep.
like
Hey,
2019,
that's
right?
how I know JB is a real Laker fan because he could tell me about events that only we can remember, bro.
Was it what? Wasn't that
That's
That's
how I
right.
know.
whoa.
That's right.
Wasn't that on Christmas or something? Like one of the
Now
years.
that was like the opening uh game for the season, and that was Golden State first game with KD,
Mhm.
and they
What
played
what?
them at Staples, and
What?
the Lakers they beat them by like 20 points. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
yeah,
Cause I
that was fun.
the most I remember was when the Warriors lost by like 29 points against the Spurs in like the opening night when KD was there. That's the only time I can remember that like from start to finish.
So you
Hmm.
think Randall should play small forwards for the page? That yeah, I do.
I think
I
Randall
agree.
fits better as a small forward.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Like you see the things, right? I like Nasri, but I feel like he should be starting at the four.
He didn't play good at all this postseason. I thought he was going last year. He was six man of the year, and I thought he was
I
going.
think this year he struggled.
Yeah, he turned over
After
the ball like a motherfucker this
like
year.
after the
Uh,
first yeah, it's like I didn't see him turn the ball over like that last year.
He was making some bad mistakes.
And
I
that's
said,
that's
"Damn, is this Nas Reed? Who is this guy?"
uh,
you
Yeah,
think the T Wolves is gonna keep Nasri?
they should.
but they
They
got to
should
the
run it
conference
back.
finals. They just had to. They gonna have to make a tweak. I think Gobert is just not giving them nothing offensively. I
If I'm
think
the Timberwolves, I'm gonna find a way to see if I can trade Gobert, even though that contract, I don't
Yeah,
think they'll.
trade him for who?
I don't. That's why I said
man, they
Minnesota
got if they
messed
got
up.
Zubac, oh man, they be ready then.
Holy shit!
No,
Randall
the
and
thing,
Zubac on the
no, the,
same team.
the the thing is right. Timberwolves messed up when they got Gobert. Like, why you give up that much of draft picks for that caliber?
That is true.
Yeah, okay. If you're giving up that much of picks, right? Get me like a Kevin Durant or Steph Curry or like your top 5, 10 players. Like that will be worth. But it's like like if you're getting like like the Mikael Bridges, like the Knicks gave up 5 picks for Mikael Bridges. I'm like, what are y'all doing? You see the Knicks right now? They're down 3-1 and they can't live up to those contracts.
Mm.
like KB said, it's gonna be about the draft. To build a long-standing, successful team, you're gonna have to draft and you're gonna have to develop. And then once you get to that point, then you make your
Like
ancillary moves.
like
That's
my
what.
thing, like we were KB. Remember when we were talking about the Warriors situation a week
Hmm.
ago?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like the Warriors when they made the move with Butler, like I have no issue because it's like okay, we are nearing to the end. It's like 1 or 2 years and we're done and we're going straight back to like rebuild. Like
Oh yeah,
I got no issue with that because it's like you like Steph, Draymond, they won already. They
oh
just
yeah. They
doing
had a great run, man.
yeah,
They
and they're just
started from
trying to see
scratch
if they can
too.
get Like they just trying to see if they get one more. If they can't, that's okay. Like they already know it's like the end. But like if you're the Knicks or the Timberwolves or some teams that's like trying to win, right? You can't shortcut your way and think that it's gonna last long.
Uh, that's over.
Yeah,
That's over.
that's like a recipe for disaster.
Look, look at Phoenix and Philadelphia. I mean, they cooked. They cooked.
Yeah, it's like
They can
what
forget it.
right now it's like okay, like Maxi, he's stuck right now because he's like you gave Paul George that contract and all he does is podcast, and then and B you don't even know how healthy he can be.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
man. Philly going out bad, man.
no, New York's problem is the problem with New York is okay. I already know their fan base is delusional. Let get that thing out of the way first. Second of all, it's like you paying OG Anunoby a super max contract.
They're gonna move him. They're gonna try to move him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
See,
saying.
I
It's like
think me personally, I think if Giannis leaves Milwaukee, I think he gonna wind up with the Knicks.
That'd be a great move.
yeah, if you that's the best way you can
That's where
like
I think he. That's where I think he gonna wind up at if he does request to be traded. Because I mean, he put in the work in Milwaukee, and if he was to be traded, I know the fans would be slightly disappointed, but overall, man,
They ain't gonna be
you got to
mad though.
respect what Giannis did, so they wouldn't be mad at him.
but the problem with the Knicks is right. I don't think they have enough depth, and they don't use, and also like Tips. He hardly trusts his bench, and that's where they're getting exposed in this round. As I said after the Knicks beat Boston, I'm like Indiana is gonna run these guys out of the building.
You gotta come in with a go-to, right?
I was watching the last game.
Are you?
It's it's so bad that the referees try to like keep the Knicks into the game, and it's still not good enough. It's like they can't. The Knicks just can't like. They can't like. What is it? They can't keep up with their pace, and even if they try to slow it down, Indiana just like snap their finger and just go to the other end of the court. Like they thinking about the next play. They're like 4 or 5 steps ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Spoiler page. Jalen Brunson. Uh, I wouldn't say he's part of the problem. Now, I wouldn't say he's the problem, but he's part of it. He's part of it because they gotta go to Towns, bro.
Yep.
Like you got Mitchell Robinson and Carl Anthony Towns down low. You should be wearing they ass out, especially when they go small. Nobody should be able to guard Towns on that court. You say he is the problem.
I can see that because actually I was at Carcino's live stream. Like I think it was like I
Yeah.
think it was in game 1, and the Knicks, you know their bench, right? When they're taking a timeout,
Hmm.
Cino was actually like pointing out the Knicks bench was like falling apart. It's like between Cat and Brunson and OG and Anunoby, and OG was like staring at the clock while
Yeah.
like what like I think Cat said something to Brunson or OG that take like Brunson off. He said like, "Shut the f up," like
He
like
said that to Brunson.
no, he said that to Cat.
Who Brunson?
Yeah, it's like it's got
Oh.
yeah, and it's like that Draymond and Kevin Durant thing. But I said he didn't call him the B word. But I'm just saying like
Mm.
it's like it spells trouble, and that's like the last 5 minutes of the game.
I like Brunson, but he got in certain series, right? Basketball situational. So in certain series, he might have the matchup advantage, but in this particular series, you need to play through your bigs, bro. Your
I said
bigs, they're
this
not stiff. Like their bigs are not big stiffs. Like Carl Anthony Towns can post up. He could shoot the three. He could face up. He's not a stiff. So give him the ball. Let him operate. And wear the defense down.
Yeah, gentlemen. But fellas, I got my work day in the morning. but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna close it out.
yeah, I just want to give kudos to OKC, man, and whoever advanced to the finals from the East, and yeah, the NBA, man, is headed in a good place, man. Once we get
Man,
past this,
I'm going to love these finals. Please, Indiana, just win tomorrow, and I can just watch small market teams play. I don't have to hear the Lakers. I don't have to hear about the Warriors. I don't have to hear about anything else. Just Indiana and OKC.
well,
Yeah, yeah. But look, I appreciate you guys coming through, man. And coming through, showing some love, man. As we talk about these playoffs, man, it's about to get real, man. It's about to get real. NBA Finals is coming up. The only thing we gotta wait is for
This,
Indiana to put their finishing touches on the Knicks.
you know what's crazy? This is probably the one like the real NBA finals where like you hardly see any agenda driven. Like if Indiana just wins tomorrow, like
Yeah, I think
you
it's
just
over
watch.
for New York.
Yeah, I know Indiana has to get the job done.
Man, they can't beat them.
No, they no. I mean, they have to beat them. I don't trust how the league is gonna run. It's like okay, I can't have two small markets team on my team. You know how the NBA is. So the Knicks, no, I mean the Pacers have to like treat it as a game 7.
They can't beat the Pacers, man. Like
No, I know
like if
that.
you watch every one of these games, like the Pacers they'll be in the lead, lose the lead, and then just come back and
Oh
win.
yeah, yeah.
Like they
Against the
can't beat
Cavs,
them, bro.
even against the Cavs, they're doing that.
Yeah, they can't.
No, of course they're not gonna beat the Pacers, but I'm just saying if I'm Indiana, I have to finish it tomorrow because I don't want to. I don't want to put it in a situation where in Game 6, just say if someone from Indiana went down, then it's like, oh, you know,
Yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, hey, we gonna come back through. You know what I'm saying? Maybe tomorrow night or maybe game 1 of the NBA Finals. We're
oh
gonna
yeah, that'd
talk
be
about
great.
it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it, man. I might go live on Behind the Bench. Um, uh, so y'all go ahead, subscribe to the Behind the Bench Sports Network. But I appreciate both of you gentlemen for joining me in talking about the ass whooping
Yes,
and trying to look at different angles of the ass whooping.
all right.
Uh, but yeah, peace.
So, all right, fellas, you have a good one now.
take it.
All right.
All right.